The collapsed Las Vegas Raiders host the surging 49ers. I said is nearly touchdown home underdogs. That was before they benched Derek Carr and went from 6-point underdogs to 9.5-point underdogs. There are skill player stars galore on both sides in this game, but it is 49ers fill-in starter Denny Brock Purdy, who has emerged as the most interesting Bay Area football player during the fantasy playoffs. Can we call Purdy a QB1 streamer, or does he max out as a scheme-dependent QB2, Denny Carter?
So I really wanted to answer this question by saying, yes, he can get up to that QB1 atmosphere, but no, I don't think so, because the Raiders, I don't believe, can push the 49ers in the way that it would be required for Purdy to get passing volume and really take advantage of a good matchup. He's also, I should mention, a touchdown regression candidate. He has a 7% touchdown rate in 3 starts, which is pretty high. I know it's a small sample. I'm not saying that you have to beware like the 0 touchdown game. I guess it could happen, but I like him more as a mid QB2 streamer more than a guy with upside. The Niners have the 4th highest implied total of the week, which is always good for the quarterback streaming process. And the Vegas defense is allowing the 3rd highest rate of positive pass plays. I think we should see another efficient game here. And, maybe if the Raiders can push just a little bit, we could get something out of Purdy, but I don't see it happening.
They traded for Jarrett Stidham, so they really like the guy. They gave up a draft pick for him in May. That's something a real NFL team did, was give up a draft pick for Jarrett Stidham. Kerrane, 49ers skill core without Deebo Samuel. What's the lay of the land here? George Kittle going crazy all of a sudden. Brandon Ayuk not really seeing an uptick. Deebo, they said he might return this week, but he hasn't practiced yet. Probably, especially in their 10-point road favorites. Why force Deebo Samuel to return this game? Probably not. So what is the 49ers skill core looking like right now without Deebo Samuel?
I think this is kind of a sneaky, exciting spot for the 49ers. I'm a little bit more optimistic than Denny that we do see some passing volume. Not like a ton. It's still the 49ers. But if you look at the pass rate over expected, in Trey Lance's 2 starts, they were at minus 17%. They were at minus 1%
I remember
with Garoppolo. Guy. Yeah. With Garoppolo starting minus 1%. They've been minus 2% with Brock Purdy. So it's been similar. And Brock Purdy's efficiency has been just below Garoppolo's. His accuracy very, very similar, actually slightly better than Garoppolo in completion percentage over expected. But it's like the same formula. And they get a Raiders defense that is horrible against the pass. I have them as the worst pass defense in the league because they faced a really easy schedule. So I don't think that the 49ers will be like afraid to attack through the air. We're not going to see like a ton of volume, but we're going to see like a balanced game plan, I think. And we're not going to need a ton of volume for guys to put up big games against this defense just that bad. CMC, obviously, an elite option. Brandon Ayuk has been the top traditional wide receiver all season. He has a 22% target share, a 32% air yard share. He leads the team in weighted opportunity rating. He leads the team in weighted targets per route run. He leads the team in first read targets per route. He's been like truly their number 1 wide receiver. Deebo Samuel also gets used as a running back and stuff. So he's got kind of a non-traditional profile, but with Samuel out, I feel pretty good about Ayuk this week. And then George Kittle, another great spot. He had 100% route participation last week, 32% target share. This guy could be a fantasy football legend if he has another big week this week. Let's go, George Kittle. I'd also know. Oh, go ahead.
Let's say maybe if someone's capable of instantly becoming the most dangerous pass catcher in the entire league, that maybe they should have him do that instead of block.
You'd think. I'll also know John Jennings. I think maybe some dart throw DFS relevance. 88% route participation last week. Not just an emergency reserve either. He's at a route. He's at a roll all season, getting targeted at a decent rate when running routes. He has a 13% first read target rate, which is tied with Kittle and Deebo Samuel this season. So, they've called plays with him in mind at times. This matchup is also good for him.
Kyle Dvorchak, I was going to ask you about Davante Adams' slump and any chance he breaks it here against this elite defense. That was before Jarrett Stidham had been installed as the starter. Davante Adams under 30 yards each of the past 2 weeks. One of those, it was like Arctic temperatures on Christmas Eve night in Pittsburgh. But what's the forecast for Davante Adams, who is slumping and now adjusting to a severe downgrade in quarterback play?
Forecast is icy. I mean, I don't think it'll be as bad as it was for you said sub 30 game, because over the past 3 weeks, like you said, terrible 9 catches, 114 yards, no touchdowns. Like that is a solid but not that surprising single game from him this year. So to do it over 3 games is sort of shocking, but over that span, his role is essentially unchanged: a 31% target share, a 35% air yard share. The X factor obviously is Jarrett Stidham, who we don't have a lot of data on, but I think like the salient data point is that he entered the league in 2019 and has yet to start his first NFL game. And a data point I vaguely remember, and I'm pretty sure I looked up to be correct, is that whenever the Patriots were winning a game by enough to bench, I believe at the time it was Tom Brady, they brought in Jarrett Stidham. He threw a pick 6, and he got benched as the reliever. So I looked it up. He threw a pick 6 in 2019 in a blowout win, I believe is a win. So I'm pretty sure that is correct. I have that story down pat.
Very interesting.
So, he's got a career. Again, these are small samples, but they check out for a guy who has not started a game in his 4-year NFL, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, 4-year NFL career. Yeah, 5.6 yards per attempt, a touchdown rate of 3.3%, an interception rate literally double that. So Adams will get a ton of volume. Obviously, he's Davante Adams, and even that in his slump hasn't changed. But man, the efficiency could be the Trace McSorley level of it even tanks DeAndre Hopkins type of stuff. You're still starting him, but your risk is as high as it's been all year.
Do you guys have concerns about Josh Jacobs? And again, the 49ers allow the fewest rushing yards per game. They allow the fewest running back fantasy points per game. They're number 1 in run defense EPA. But, I mean, he's still almost guaranteed to get 20 touches. Are any of you considering dropping him outside of the top 12?
I'm getting a lot of questions saying, should I bench Josh Jacobs this week? And I guess my question and response would be, for whom?
No, you shouldn't bench Josh Jacobs.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess like for Tyler Algier, I would kind of.
I wouldn't do that.
I think I'd consider it.
Yeah,
I would. He's going to get 20 touches still.
I think Algier is too.
Right. Algier's going to get 20 touches in a way better spot.
I would not be surprised if Josh Jacobs still just that's just the classic too cute by half to me. Like I feel like you start your studs. Yeah, that's the easiest way, always way every week. But yeah.
But like Dalvin
What's
Cook,
the name of that
he's
character?
not close to a Dalvin Cook, right?
I'll never.
I kept him fairly high in the rankings, just to be honest. He's good.
Do you have him over Cook?
No, I don't actually. So I have him like only 1 or 2 spots behind though. But I would still start Josh Jacobs this week. You, of course, can sue the NBC Sports Corporation on my behalf then when he does absolutely.
There you go with the litigiousness again.
There you go.